Recently, a major problem in our society is Islamic terrorism. If you're not familiar with this term, it is terrorist acts committed by groups or individuals who profess Islam or Islamist motivations or goals. Today we have two group members, Nikhil and Brian, who will be discussing this topic. Tin, the Inquisitor, will be asking few major questions that make up Islamic terrorism and why it's such a huge deal today.
Hi, I'm Brian and I've studied radical Islamic terrorism. Now, one of the biggest arguments about it right now is the fact that many people believe that it is not right to say that, such as Barack Obama, because they believe that it refers to all Muslims as a whole and not the small fraction of them that are terrorists. However, many others, such as Donald Trump, believe that it is okay and should be said so that the problem can be stressed and many people can do about it. This political argument has gone on for a while and has been the focus on many people's strategies. However, the important thing here is that radical Islamic terrorism is a huge threat to many different people and hurts many others in the process. We need plenty of security to check over this, yet we don't have enough. However, the real problem out of all of this is what we should do about it.
I'm Nikhil, and I've dealt with Islamic terrorism firsthand. I've seen Syria, Afghanistan, and throughout my adventures, I've seen many terrorist groups, including ISIS, Al Qaeda, and the Taliban. In this debate, I hope to share my information showing that I will be better than Brian.
Are all Muslims involved in Islamic terrorism?
Well, no, not all Muslims are terrorists, as some are our friends and classmates. However, there are terrorist groups which consist largely of Muslims that take belief in the Quran too far. They base their acts on obeying the Quran, which in a bigger perspective is the wrong interpretation.
I also agree with Nikhil in the fact that all Muslims are not terrorists. But what many people believe due to the ongoing Islamophobia is that every Muslim is a terrorist. Altogether, though, not all Muslims are invoked in Islamic terrorism.
Okay. Next off, do you think that ever since 9/11, the World Trade Center disaster, Islamic terrorism has been encouraged to do more?
First of all, I will have to give a blatant yes. This is because 9/11 is known to many people as one of the most infamous events in world history, and when other terrorists yearn for this fame, it becomes a much more dangerous world.
I would also say yes. And another thing is that terrorism has ramped up after that. They say that the Orlando shooting, which was related to a Muslim person, is also an example of terrorism. News say that the shooting was really related to ISIS since the shooter pledged allegiance to them.
In your own opinions, how do you think the Quran motivates Islamic terrorists to do what they do?
Like mentioned before, the Quran says things that tell some of the Muslims, oh, the Quran says I can fight for my religion, let us show the world this. That is how the view on Quran motivates the terrorists. They twist words to make it look like the entire religious book is supporting their claims.
In many Muslim terrorist campaigns, the word jihad is promoted, as this means to strive. Terrorists are misinterpreting it and using in strive, terrorizing people. Controversially, I also think that terrorism isn't based solely on the Quran, but also on people's morals and ethics.
Thank you for your time. Back to you, Atreya.
That was our show. Thank you for listening to the debate, and that will wrap it up. Back to you, Eileen and